I've always been interested in origins. When I got to varsity, I opted to do a double major in geology and archaeology. When I got to my postgrad, I found the sweet spot in lithic raw materials, which allows me to explore that interaction between humans and nature. So lithics are basically stone tools. They're basically the tools that people used and made out of rocks. They made knives, they made scrapers. I am currently doing a raw material procurement analysis of the post-Hauisensport and early later Stone Age lithics at Border Cave to better understand the change in procurement strategies that happens between these two periods during the Middle Stone Age, Later Stone Age transition. For this current project, this involves identifying the lithic raw materials and their sources and the change thereof, and relating that to the change that is documented for lithic technology. Procurement in the sense of my project is how they collected the raw material. How far did they travel to collect the raw materials, and in what context did they collect the raw materials? Did they collect it from a river just as like a cobble or a pebble, or were they breaking off outcrops? The methods that I'm using are divided into the rock identification parts and then the sourcing parts, the geochemical sourcing parts. Identification, I do macroscopic analysis of the rocks, where I usually use my loupe, and then I look at the rocks under a stereo microscope to macroscopically group them based on what minerals I'm seeing, the textures that I'm seeing in the rock, and then confirm those results using thin section metrography. Difficult word. And I analyze these thin sections of the rocks under a polarizing microscope to look at the mineral abundances and textures, which helps me identify the raw materials. Then I do geochemical sourcing using portable X-ray fluorescent spectrometry and ICP-MS, which is inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry. Difficult long words. So it gives you elemental concentrations, and we can use that using a total component analysis. So this then tells me where they could have sourced a certain raw material to make their lithics. I think my study is important because it gives us a glimpse into the decision-making with regard to raw material selection and how that evolves between the Middle Stone Age and the Later Stone Age. I think that's a worthy contribution to our understanding of early human evolution as a whole. But also, Border Cave is a significant site, and one of the things that make it significant, a precocious Later Stone Age has been recorded there, and we don't see that at any other sites around Border Cave. I look forward to doing my petrographic analyses. I really enjoy looking down a microscope. It's like a whole different world. I look forward to graduating, like ASAP. And ultimately, I would like to have reached a point where I formulated a methodology for raw material procurement analysis in lithics that's airtight and can be replicated. It's a good methodology. And finally, to teach at some point, I'd like to, share all of this knowledge. My name is Dineo Masia. I'm from Pretoria, and I'm currently doing my PhD at the University of Witwatersrand under the Evolutionary Studies Institute.